I talked about this because I am putting together a stock investing course. I'm doing a big section on kind of the history and the evolution of the U.S. stock market. And this is one of the books that I was relying on. I talked about it last week because in chapter 4, the author, Bob Pisani, who's a journalist on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, chapter 4, he talks about his friendship with the head of floor operations. His name was Art Cashin, and Cashin had died about a year ago. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Art Cashin, but I didn't talk much about the book. So I finished the book over the weekend, and I do want to give a recommendation because it is a great overview of kind of a lot of what he had learned being in the stock market for so long. It's a great, my purpose for reading it was to get his take on how the stock exchange had changed so much, because of course it was largely in-person trading, and then it transitions over to electronic trading, and that was a hugely disruptive thing. So he gives a firsthand view of that whole process. But he talks a lot about the evolution of his thought and being in markets, and he became a very big believer in indexing, using index funds rather than actively traded funds. He talks a little bit about exchange traded funds and how they came to become such a big part of the market. So it's a great read for anyone who is interested in the modern history of U.S. markets, along with some history of financial journalism and just some general 20th century history. The book is called Shut Up and Keep Talking, and it's really a treasure for anyone who's interested in the New York Stock Exchange and in stocks in general.